initiative of an interactive session with titans of today's day and age. Today we have with us Reverend Father Prashanth Madtha SJ. Father is the finance officer of St. Joseph's College of Commerce and is also one of the most approachable people on campus. Welcome, Father.
Thank you. Thank you, Aisha.
Father's qualifications include philosophy and theology from Jnana Deepa Vidyapita, Pune, and a master's in Kannada with first rank and 3 gold medals from Bangalore University. So, Father, today's topic of discussion is ethos of an educational institution. The topic aims to focus on various aspects that have an impact of a student's life, like relationship with family, career, as well as striking the right balance on the road to a professional environment. So, Father, the first question would be, you were principal for 14 years of your life and spent 35 years in the company of college students. What are the memories and impressions you cherish the most?
I was principal of 2 colleges, but taught in 3 colleges. St. Joseph's Arts and Science, then later on St. Aloysius College, where I spent about 25 years. Then St. Joseph's Evening College, where I was the principal and also taught subjects there, value education and Kannada literature. So about 35 years I was with the students. And students are the best company you can have. One can have the best company, very transparent, very obliging. So I enjoyed my 35 years with the students in 3-4 colleges.
All right. So our next question would be, how would you define education? And what are the main dimensions of an authentic and a relevant education?
I have my own definition of education. Education is a kind of relationship. When the relationship between the teacher and students is good, then education just happens. Actually, we cannot educate somebody else. Education that happens provided the relationship with the teacher and students is good, respectful, then the education happens. That could be one, relationship with the students. The secret of education is also respecting the students. Vidyarthi Devo Bhava. In Sanskrit they say Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. According to me, Vidyarthi Devo Bhava. In an education institution, students should be like a god. He is the center of an education institution. So respecting the student is the secret of education. Education just happens. Third one is the attitude of the teacher towards the student. What's the teacher's attitude? Is it respectful? Does he see potential in the student? He can himself manage. I'm just a kind of mentor for him. So that is third characteristic. That is attitude of the teacher. Fourth one is also, education means thinking twice. We usually think once. Thinking twice means, if I do this, what will happen to me? Also, what will happen to him? What will happen? For example, indiscipline in the class. The indisciplined student with indiscipline has to think, what will happen to me? I might become a hero in the class, but what will happen to the class? What will happen? A parent has to think, if I have bad habits, what will think? My son is looking at me, my daughter is looking at me. What will happen to them? What will happen to me? Not only what will happen to me, what will happen to them? Education ultimately means bringing the student out from self-absorption. You might have seen autistic children.
Yeah.
Autistic children. Autistic children means they're self-absorbed. They are not aware of what is happening outside. Self-absorbed. Because mummy has not done her job. It's mother's job to bring out the child forcefully from self-absorption and introduce the child to the world. Mummy has not done the job. So it is a failure. Child has become autistic. Education institution succeeds when it brings out the students from self-absorption, selfie, thinking of oneself, I, me, myself, and introduce them to the reality of the world, what is happening in the world. So that is education according to me.
All right.
Okay.
Wow, that was a wonderful answer, Father.
Yeah.
So I think our next question would be, what do you think are the main characteristics of culture an educational institution should imbibe? And what should be the ethos of a campus? So our topic for today is ethos of an educational
Yeah.
institution, right? So what would be the ethos of an educational institute according to you?
Yeah. First, we'll think about ethos. Actually, there are three Greek terms: ethos, pathos, and logos.
Correct.
Ethos means when a principal tells somebody, no, we won't encourage this in this institution. A marketing firm comes and says, we will exhibit there's one mobiles here, new mobiles. Principal says, no, we don't encourage such things here. That is the ethos, the unsaid things of an institution. We had a principal in St. Joseph's College. Early morning from his residence, he will go where? Not to the office. From the residence, from his room, he will walk towards the college. Usually, where do we go? To our office.
Correct.
This principal won't go to the office. He will go to the toilets, students' toilets, and see whether toilets are clean. When the students come to the institution, toilets should be clean. That's the ethos of an institution. It's not what you teach, your marks card or syllabus, that is secondary. Ethos means the ambience of an institution, the culture of an institution, the beliefs of an institution, whether the students are happy in this institution, early morning whether they are happy to come to the institution. All this reveals the ethos of institution. Pathos means the feelings you have. For example, old students have a feeling of affinity to the institution.
Yeah, coming back.
Pathos,
Memories.
yeah, memories. Logos means calendar, rules and regulations, mark sheet which is exhibited, displayed on the notice board. All these are logos. Lucet Ardet or faith and labor, our college motto. These are all logos. Ethos is the one which attracts the students, where the parents feel secure. If I send my son and daughter to this college, my daughter would be saved. She will come out with a set of values, good values. These are the ethos of institution. Ethos is very, very important. It's not the results 100% and all that. What do you pick up in this? I'll tell you a story which would be very interesting story to understand this ethos, or what education means, what students should imbibe here is. There was a young man went to the seashore and he saw the pebbles, a lot of pebbles there. He liked those pebbles. And some voice he heard saying, pick up those pebbles, you will regret and also you will feel blessed later on. Pick up those pebbles. So he picks up few pebbles, puts in the pocket. It was evening, darkness was there. So picked up and put it in the pocket. Then goes home, switches on the light, takes the fistful of pebbles which were in his pocket, sees diamonds. Diamonds. What would be his feeling? His feeling would be, Shah,
should have picked up more
I could have picked up more. So our students should feel when they complete their studies, I was in SJCC, I should have picked up more values and whatever is taught here, I should have picked up more. That is a regret, that is a blessing. Already I have some, but I also regret I should have picked up more. That would be the fulfillment of a college, of an education institution.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
What a brilliant thought. So moving on, what is your take on campus culture, and how does one maintain, especially how does one maintain a healthy campus culture?
Campus culture, again, what I spoke already, where students have respect towards each other, total respect towards each other, where students are treated as adults, not small boys, not child, not calling students, child, come here, no, adults. You have to treat students, 18-year-old student, 18-year I think he joined here, 18-year-old student as if she is 28-year-old. Not treat them as 8-year-old. 18-year-old students should be treated as. That's what I call respect towards the students. In a good atmosphere of an institution, this mutual respect is the primary thing, where boys respect girls, girls respect boys, healthy and learning atmosphere. Everything should be a symbol of learning. Now, for example, sitting there on the benches is a learning experience. Students learn from each other how to face life. They exchange their ideas how to face life.
That's very true.
Yeah. So all these are symbols. Sitting together under the tree, moving around together is all learning experience. Everything should be a learning experience in an institution. Nothing should be irrelevant towards education. That would be a healthy institution.
Wow. All right. Now, my next question would be coming towards the teachers. Now, we've discussed a lot about students. Let's talk about the teachers as well. So, Father, according to you, who is a good teacher? And one thing is, how unique is teaching compared to other professions? I know teaching is different, but how unique is it according to other professions?
In teaching, we deal with people, persons. When it comes to persons, the relationship is very important. That's what I found out when I was in St. Joseph's Arts and Science College. Usually science students don't have discipline problem or any problem with the teachers, because teachers and students in practical classes, they have a kind of rapport, the mutual consultation. Education happens in the laboratory. Art students don't have that kind of affinity with the teachers because they don't work together, they don't have laboratories. So I thought a teacher and a student, mutual respect, as I said, that is the primary ingredient of a teacher. And teacher has to see in the students, as I said, thinking twice. Not only the student is the potential. In my class, when I enter my class, I should see the students. One of them might become a great scientist. One of them might Mahatma Gandhi later on. One of them might find out a cure for cancer. So in my class, there are no students, there are only potentials. They might become great people. Then when you enter the classroom, a teacher has that feeling of sacredness. These are all sacred people with a lot of potential. So automatically the respect towards the students increases. This is how we build up rapport with the teacher and students.
Yeah, it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Give respect and take respect.
Yeah.
Correct, that's very true.
And also teacher has to find out what is the potential of each student. He should have that person-to-person relationship with the students. And as I said, thinking twice. Not only is a student, what will happen to him later, what I teach him. So teaching is not a kind of pouring something, but it's planting something.
Oh, yes,
planting.
Definitely.
Something. It's sowing seeds. Later on, they will blossom.
All right. So there is always a stereotype that the youth of today, they don't have discipline. They're carefree, they don't have orientation in life, and they often follow values imparted by media. Father, what is your view on this statement?
Youth are the perfect reflection of a society. What is whispered in the society is youth become the megaphone, in the sense it is magnified, the sound is magnified. So we can't blame youth of indiscipline or no values, because they're the reflections of the elders of a society. How are the elders? What are the values they have? If they have good values, it would be reflected in the youth. So we can't blame them. But the media has a great influence, that also because students, adolescents, teenagers, they are just finding out what is their identity. Their question is not what is stock market. The main question for them is, who am I? What's my identity? What's my uniqueness? What is my speciality? Do the people recognize me as a special being? All these questions bother them. So the primary work they have is to construct themselves, to find out a unique identity of their own. So that struggling, we have to look at the teenagers or adolescents or college students, struggling a lot to find out their identity. So the society offers them, the market offers them, take this. This will make you unique. Buy this mobile. You will be unique with this mobile. Nobody else has it. Have this hairstyle because nobody else has it. You will have a special identity. So because of this struggle to form their own identity, media accordingly gives you, take this, take this, take this. So we misunderstand it. But if the society, larger society's values are authentic values, it will be reflected in the students and they also will have authentic values. So we cannot blame teenagers because they are the perfect reflection of the society at large.
That's true. Like we do tend to get influenced.
Yeah.
But in the end, it all depends on
it's
how
not only
we learn.
influence, it's absorbing.
Absorbing, yeah.
Influence is external. Absorbing is you imbibe it, introject it within yourself.
So it depends on what we're exposed to as well. So
Yeah.
positivity is what we should
Yeah.
ideally be exposed
Yeah.
to. All right. So usually it tends to happen that parents lose control of their children, especially when it comes to adolescence, right, Father?
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens that they don't tend to exercise authority. So do you think there is any erosion of authority in this space?
Yeah. Formerly, parents were knowledgeable. Parents had the knowledge. A carpenter's son learned carpentry from his father. So father becomes the guru for the son because he has to learn the skill from the father. Now, carpenter's son knows computer. Father does not know.
Correct.
He knows computer. So father is not knowledgeable person. You don't look up to your dad. He doesn't know computer. Now grandchild teaches how to use mobile to the grandmother, grandfather, about a 6th standard student. So no authority. Authority is eroded because of the new inventions and all that. So in a way, parents are helpless because they cannot exercise authority. The only authority is with the college principal and staff members. Parents don't have much authority now, but principal has. And principal and staff members have to protect their authority so that institution runs well. Parents are helpless, and many times because of the education and all that, parents may not be a good role models today. Today, because of maybe there are conflicts, there is poverty at home, so students don't look up, children don't look up at the parents as a role models. That is the problem today, I feel.
Yes,
So what
sir.
is absent at home, that authority, is made up in the college.
That's so true, because sometimes what we learn is completely different as to what our parents have learned.
Yeah.
So sometimes we tend to think that, okay, we
We
are...
don't look up to parents
Yeah.
today because of the education, modern education. What are we to learn from our parents? Nothing actually. We know much more than our parents, isn't it?
Yeah. We
Only
tend
that
to neglect them.
they have to protect their moral authority. For that, they need to become role models.
Correct. Now, Father, you are from a society called Jesuits, right? So Jesuits run various educational institutions in India as well as around the world, right?
Yeah.
So what are the core values that are imbibed in a Jesuit institution?
I can tell that in one word which I told already. We have one agenda in education, that is to make us, to bring out forcefully our students from self-absorption and to think about others. So the motto is men and women for others. Always bring others, especially the poor people, into your framework of thinking. Show concern to them. So all over the world, in any education institutions, we have outreach program as a compulsory thing, which we need not do. We want to do something more. Jesuit education institutions have something more to offer, and that something more is this one. Our students, when they leave, they take 2 certificates. One is the degree certificate. Your BCom, your MCom, you carry that certificate. We give one invisible certificate, which is not seen, but is imbibed. That invisible certificate is thinking about the poor people, showing concern towards the people. This is the invisible certificate. So when you leave this college after your studies, you will have 2 certificates. One is printed certificate, one is imprinted in the heart, concern for others.
Wow, very well said, Father. And now coming to our last segment. Father, can you give us your final remarks? Having spent 2 years in SJCC among the staff and the students of SJCC, so how was this particular experience? What would you say? What went right, and how was this beautiful experience?
I was in 3 different colleges. Already there is such a gap between those colleges and these colleges, a few years. Now the students have completely changed actually. Students have become adults now, they're dealing with adults. Here the speciality of St. Joseph's College Commerce is the rapport between the staff and students is very, very healthy. It is not child-parent relationship between the staff, it's an adult-adult relationship.
Correct.
Teachers treat you as adults and you have a respectful attitude with the great healthy rapport between the. And I found students are very affectionate in this college, very affectionate. They are not so mischievous, that mischief is not there. Very affectionate. Hospitality is main aspect of this college. Everybody is welcome. That kind of special characteristics I found in this college.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm a Josephite, and you feel that we as a family welcome you, and we hope that we've lived up to your expectations.
Okay. May God bless this college and all the students of this college, and bless you too.
Thank you so much, Father. Thank you, Father, for being with us on Walk the Talk, a series provided by the BBA Department of St. Joseph's College of Commerce, organized by our lovely team. We have our videographers, we have our script writers, everyone. So from the department's end, we'd like to extend a huge thank you for being a part of this session. Thank you, Father, once again. So, so once again, this is episode 3 of Walk the Talk with Father Prashanth, Madtha, SJ. We discussed ethos of an educational institution. Once again, thank you very much, Father.
Okay, welcome, Aisha.